evening. This is the City of Harvey Council meeting. Today is Monday, July 8th, 2024. It is 7:05 p.m. We have all of the initially present. Okay, if you are here, would you mark yourself present? One more time. Okay. Before we begin, this is housekeeping. The City of Harvey City Council meeting is a meeting designed to handle city business. During a period of approximately 2 weeks, several matters may arise in which the elected officials come together and provide their vote on whether the city should or should not engage in certain actions. In the City of Harvey, council members are provided the agenda 1 week in advance of the meeting, unless it is a special meeting. During the week, council members are provided the opportunity to raise questions or concerns regarding agenda items. The council members are to raise such questions with the mayor. If during the week questions or concerns are not raised or raised and answered, then the council member is not allowed to raise the questions on the meeting floor. It is the duty of the council members to read and understand the council packet before the meeting. Once again, the council member has a week prior to the meeting to raise questions. It is not proper for a council member to wait until the meeting to raise the question. Additionally, questions raised during the meeting when they could have been raised during the week are not fair to the chair. The chair, neither should any other member of the body be forced to provide an answer to a question when such question could have been raised, properly considered and answered during the week prior to the meeting. The meeting chair expedites the meeting and decides all questions of order. In addition to many other responsibilities, the chair preserves civility and decorum. As such, there shall be no booing, hissing, clapping, cheering, shouting, or other forms that represent this type of conduct. This type of conduct is considered disruptive to the meeting. Public comment is a very important part of the meeting. However, it must be conducted in a certain manner. Shouting is prohibited. Personal attacks, which may cause disruption, are also prohibited. In general, the chair may correct any conduct which is disruptive to the meeting. The chair makes the final decision whether conduct is disruptive. This is not debatable. There may be other ways to challenge the chair's decision. However, arguing with the chair is not one of those ways. Some commoners may choose to offer unsubstantiated or unproven claims or opinions. As part of the meeting, city council members do not respond to public comment. This does not mean the commenter's claims or opinions are true. The only thing that it means is that this particular meeting is not the proper venue to address the commenter's claims or opinions. At times, one may feel as if they are not being heard. The real issue may be that the person is attempting to be heard in the wrong venue. Municipalities should strive for expediency, civility, and decorum at all times. All participants can assist the meeting by not engaging in disruptive conduct. Our next item on the agenda is the invocation and pledge of allegiance. Pastor, would you be so kind?
Yes. Father, we thank you this evening. We come before you in Jesus' name. We thank you for your grace, your mercy, your love, and your kindness. We thank you for your patience, Father. God, we ask that you would bless us on tonight, bless this meeting. God, allow us the spirit of unity that we may come together. God, that we may grow in this community. God, we thank you for how you're growing us, and we thank you where we're going and where you brought us from. We give you praise in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The next item on the agenda is the comptroller report. It's come to my attention that our comptroller is actually stuck at an airport. However, I would like for the public to first of all be aware that there is, and you can request or FOIA a copy of the financial report that he has submitted. And I will just read the cash balances from that report. As stated, the general fund, $200,000, MFT, $331,089.37, sewer, $54,413.07, commuter parking, $18,692.87, Pace Bus, $2,855.11, debt service, $1,890,171.45, water, $1,588,213.10, Dixie Facility TIF, $1,071,498.73, Dixie Square TIF, $201,972.18, Senate Street TIF, $2,426,775.14, Cresco Business Park, $1,047,561.42, RPM Business Park, $243,397.64, Economic Development, $10,232.15, Dixie Corridor TIF, $455,124.72, and the Dixie Corridor TIF, the ARPA TIF, $1,360,546.47, for a grand total of $11,702,543.42. If anyone else has any interest as far as this report is concerned, you are free to request it, and we would submit it for you if you'd like to see it. Chair recognizes the second.
Where can you find the comptroller's report online?
Well, this report will be online, and once again, if you want to have a copy, you can FOIA a copy of it as well.
I have another question for you.
Yes.
April's year to date for 2024, we did look at expenditures by department. We see that miscellaneous appropriations is about 10.1%. And as I know it, those are funds that are unrestricted. But I wanted to know specifically, what are we using that 10.1% to? How is that, or what's that being allocated to?
So once again, I'm not a comptroller, I'm not the CPA, but also these questions were not asked prior to the meeting. So once again, you've had the packet prior to that point in time, so that is out of order.
Point of order, Mayor.
Chair recognizes the
Thank you,
what's
Mayor.
going on.
This Thursday, July 4th was Independence Day, and following on Friday, July 5th, the office, as I know it, I saw via Facebook, was closed. The packet was received on Monday, the 1st, so that allotted, I would say, 3 days for review. And unfortunately, I didn't get those questions sent over, but that's why I thought to ask. It would be appropriate in this setting.
I understand. And even so, it doesn't change the matter because once again, I can't answer that question for you at this time. Okay? Next item.
I'm sorry, so I actually have to close this section down because I clicked the wrong date. If you can see up there, it says June 24th and today's July 8th. So I'm gonna close down this section and reopen it up. So if you could just give me some few minutes so I can get that taken care of, okay?
Next item on the agenda is special announcements. The clerk has indicated that there are none. Next item 6 is executive session. Do we have that, Chair recognizes the first ward.
I'm looking at my board here to sign in and show that I am already present. You want to sign in again?
Yeah.
Is everybody done?
Yeah, I don't have it, but it look, I'm seeing it on the other,
Just sign in?
Yep.
Are we on the same page now?
Now we're on the,
Special announcement.
resolutions.
Just want to let you know, this is our fault today. The alderpersons are doing pretty good with the system. Just a reminder for the alderpersons, when it's time to vote, there's a 10 seconds. Remember that if you did motion, you must also vote, okay, within those 10 seconds. If you did not, we'd have to put did not vote, okay? So just make sure.
Yeah.
Good job, David. Good job.
Thank you for your patience. Our next item was executive session. There is no executive session. We'll return to open session. Next item is 8, approval of minutes.
Point of order, Mayor.
Just 1 second to make sure. Chair recognizes the second ward.
I would like to point out, we are currently in an Open Meetings Act violation. It's been about 48 days as of today, since May 13th, since our minutes have been updated. And then with that, I just want to make a statement regarding the minutes. They, while they are detailed, and I appreciate you all's thoroughness in detailing the details of the minutes, they don't identify all regards of everything that's happening during this capacity. So my request is that our minutes, 1, are being put up to date since May 13th, and 2, that we can have more detailed minutes to have an accurate account of what's happening within the ward meeting, the council meetings. Being that we don't have a televised station, many second ward residents are inquiring as to what's happening and providing them the minutes as I do via email. That's been my feedback.
Thank you very much. We are, I would request that the aldermen keep their comments to the scope of what is on the agenda, which is this, they vote for the June 13th, 2024 minutes. And please hold commentary or ask questions once again when proper to ask, either during the committee meetings and or by submitting them to the mayor's office. So I have on the agenda approval of minutes dated June 13th, 2024. Is the chair would accept. It looks like we have a motion by the 6th ward and a second by the 3rd. Is there any debate? Hearing none, we may cast your votes. You have 10 seconds to do so. Next item is approval of minutes dated June 24th, 2024. The chair has a motion by the third and a second by the first. Is there any debate? Hearing none, you may cast your vote. Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is number 9, approval of bills for payment prior to entertaining. Any motions? Does the chair for the finance committee have a report or recommendation?
Well, we came into for the meeting, the finance meeting today, but unfortunately, Mr. Lewis Williams was stuck at the airport, so we were not able to have a meeting. I would like to call for the alderman for a special board meeting of the whole for finance. If that's okay. Maybe for Monday.
We will check with all of y'all to make sure that they have the time available and try to call a committee of the whole meeting for finance on that day.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Until then, we'll table both A and B.
Yes.
Okay. Are there any objections to tabling A and B? Hearing none, we will proceed to item number 10, approval of ordinance and resolution for the city of Harvey, 10A old business, 10B new business. One is a motion to approve a memorandum of understanding for a comprehensive feasibility analysis by and among the city of Harvey and Aquila Consulting LLC and Core Energy and Infrastructure LLC, the Smart City Team. This motion authorizes the Smart City Team to complete a comprehensive feasibility analysis for the purpose of evaluating the potential of smart and sustainable infrastructure upgrades. I see a motion by the third and second by the second. Is there any debate? Hearing none, you may cast your vote. Motion carries. Next item 2 is a motion to waive competitive bidding and to contract with Allied Tube and Conduit Corporation for repair of Lathrop Avenue in an amount not to exceed $33,460 and to ratify non-proton the actions of city staff in issuing a permit and authorizing Allied Tube and Conduit Corporation to proceed with repair. This motion authorizes the city to fund additional road improvements on the east northbound side of Lathrop Avenue by entering into a reimbursement agreement with Allied Tube and Conduit Corporation. Looks like they have a motion by the third, second by the second. Is there any debate? Hearing none, you may cast your vote. Motion carries. Next item is 3, motion to approve a contract by and between the city of Harvey and Pan Oceanic Engineering for the 154th Street reconstruction project. This motion authorizes execution of the contract between the service Pan Oceanic Engineering Incorporated and the city of Harvey for the reconstruction of 154th Street. There's a motion by the second, second by the third. Is there any debate? Hearing none, you may cast your vote. Motion carries. Next, item 4 is a motion to approve a settlement agreement between National Carriers of America Incorporated and the City of Harvey. This motion authorizes the settlement agreement to issue a building permit pursuant to violations with MWRE to National Carriers of America Incorporated upon payment of legal fees to the city. There is a motion by the third, a second by the first. Is there any debate? Hearing none, you may cast your vote. Shall recognize the third ward. That motion carries. Next item, number 5, motion to approve a settlement agreement by ZoneX LLC, DBA ZoneX Tires and the City of Harvey. This motion authorizes the settlement agreement between ZoneX Tires and the City of Harvey for events that occurred between November 2019 through November 2020. That's the motion by the third, second by the first. Is there any debate? Hearing none, you may cast your vote. Motion carries. Next, item 6 is an ordinance authorizing the amendment to certain provisions of the City of Harvey's Title III Revenue and Taxes, Chapter 3-34, Excise Tax on the Sale of Liquor Municipal Code. This ordinance authorizes Title III Revenue and Taxes, Chapter 3-34, Excise Tax on the Sale of Liquor, to be stricken from the Harvey Municipal Code in its entirety and to be known and cited as the City of Harvey Liquor Tax Ordinance. And the tax imposed herein shall be known and cited as the Harvey Liquor Tax. Additionally, it will authorize the distributor of the liquor to collect the tax from the retailer at the time of sale. There is a motion by the third, second by the first. Is there any debate? Hearing none, you may cast your vote. The motion carried.
That's ordinance 3492. Ordinance 3492.
Next is number 7, an ordinance amending the City of Harvey's municipal code by amending certain provisions of Title V business licenses and regulations. This ordinance prohibits businesses to offer for sale, sell, or trade items or products outside of the manufacturer's intended packaging. There's a motion by the third, second by the first. Is there any debate? Hearing none, you may cast your votes. Motion carried.
Ordinance 3493. 3493.
Next item is number 8, an ordinance amending Title III, Revenue and Taxes of the City of Harvey Code of Ordinances with the adoption of the new Chapter 3-01 for the purpose of establishing fees, fines, insurance, and guarantee requirements. This ordinance authorizes all references to fees and fines in the city code cited in Title III Revenue and Taxes to be stricken and replaced with a reference to Chapter 3-01, a user-friendly list of fees, fines, insurance, and guarantee requirements that may be easily reviewed by the public, elected officials, and city staff. There is a motion by the third and second by the first. Is there any debate?
Yes, point of order, Mayor.
This is just for debate.
Yes, this is the debate, what I'm about to say. All the persons, I move that we take a really deep and in-depth look at this ordinance to refer to the Finance Committee for further review. This is an annual cost, so will increase annually. We've already gone through a lot of turmoil as it relates to increased fees. And my misunderstanding, as I mentioned to you, Finance Chair Rogers, was some businesses have been offered a settlement agreement where they can pay $2,500, $12,000, or $20,000 to stay.
If we can please keep our debate to the scope of the ordinance.
This is regarding the scope, Mayor, and I can simply ask both of you all, with this particular.
This is not a question and answer, this is a debate.
This is, and
It
this
is
is
whether
not my
you-
debate.
It is whether you support it or you don't support
And
it.
I'm giving reasons as to why I don't support it.
Okay.
And the reason why that I don't support it and feel that it needs to go to the Finance Committee, because again, there are businesses who are participating in a settlement agreement that started in May of 2024 this year. How will this thing affect those businesses? Churches are now being considered a business, so will we be raising an increased fee on those churches? In the city of Chicago, that has only, it's 52 municipal, 52 wards across the city, and with over 19,000 people, not even in a third of that, they're not even paying these increased fines and fees. What businesses will stay in Harvey at the rate we're going? I understand the need to align with the consumer price index, but I also need to have an understanding on the need for adopting this at this very moment without us as alderpersons legislatively looking at this particular ordinance to ensure that we're moving in the right direction. I mean, I saw something on here for automotive business for $1,000 for a business license fee, gaming, hotels, and even our very small businesses, like I said, our churches. How will this affect our churches? The median income average here is $29,400. So it's hard for business owners to pay the increased fees. What products will they be selling to our residents that they'll be able to afford? I really think that we need to refer this ordinance to the Finance Committee and share. I think gracefully amongst you all, this is something that doesn't have to be taken off the table. It can just use some further direction, some insight, some TLC, some tender loving care to us. Because we're already on an uphill battle with businesses.
Is there any other debate? Chair recognizes the first ward.
Actually, while I understand your situation.
Please direct comments to the chair of the members.
Correct. While I understand what was proposed, what I like about this particular ordinance is the fact that it's putting it in one whole new chapter. All the guidelines, so this way, when we're looking for the liquor tax, when we're looking for fines, when we're looking for insurance requirements of particular businesses or nonprofit versus profit, it guarantees that everything is going to be located in one chapter and a user-friendly list of fees, fines, insurance. So if you know you have a broken window in your front window and you have it locked, you can always go to this chapter 3-1 and see exactly what your fine is, and there are no surprises, versus going through the entire municipality code, kind of going through scanning, oh, did I get this part, or did I miss that part? And we all know that the current municipality code is pretty in-depth. So I mean, I like the idea with the chapter being all consolidated in one unit. Thank you.
Point of order, Mayor.
Is there any other debate?
Yes, I just wanted to comment that,
No, hold on one second, I'm asking a question. Is there any other ones that want to come in and debate?
yes,
Okay, before we continue, is there a motion to, are we going to continue debate, or is there a motion to end debate?
Motion to end debate.
There would need to be a second. There's a motion by the sixth, a second by the third. All in favor signify by saying, oh, no, that's actually, Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Alderperson Berlinski,
Point of order, I'm a little confused. Are we voting?
We're voting to end, whether we're going to end debate or whether we're going to end debate.
Alderperson Chapman. No. Alderperson Smith. Alderperson Keith. And Alderperson Rogers.
Yes.
Okay. Motion carried to end debate.
That being said, we have a motion on the floor and a second, motion by a third, a second by the first. Debate has ended, so you may cast your votes. Motion carries.
That's ordinance 3494. 3494.
Next item on the agenda is 9, a resolution authorizing street and highway maintenance under provisions of the Illinois Highway Code. This resolution ratifies the use of motor fuel tax funds for the purpose of maintaining streets and highways from 2018 to 2024. There's a motion by the second, second by the sixth. Is there any debate? Hearing none, you may cast your vote. Motion carries.
That's resolution 3090. 3090.
Next item on the agenda is public comment. Once again, public comment is encouraged and appreciated. This is the only opportunity for the public to address the city council on agenda items and any other city-related business. In order to accomplish all business on the agenda and to be respectful of everyone's time, council members will not engage in dialogue with individual members of the audience, and no immediate action will be taken on any comment issue. Public comment is limited to the first 10 individuals to sign in, and this is a first come, first served basis. Please limit your comments to 3 minutes. No speaker may donate his or her time to another speaker. Commenters shall be courteous and respectful at all times. No person may use public comment for the purpose of campaign or advertisement. This is not a question and answer time, and council cannot engage in conversation with the public. Questions and concerns about operations should be addressed with city staff. During regular business hours. When I call your name, I will call 2 names. The first name is to proceed to the podium for public comment, to be immediately followed by the next name, so please be ready to speak. First, we have LaRoyce Williams, followed by Chappelle Brooks.
You know, last week I had, I've been meeting with got a lot of things that I wanted to say. But when I went to church on this Sunday, my pastor spoke about humility. He spoke about self. And everything he said led me to see it right. And so I'm going to read to you what he sent to me. It doesn't make sense to me. Now, we have pastors in here, and I guess you know when God says word, it doesn't make sense to you, but it makes sense to him. So I'm going to read what he put in my heart. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. God sits high, and he sees who's about his business, and he will handle things accordingly. Please do not seek to take vengeance on me for speaking my truth. God said, vengeance is mine. And recompense to the time for their foot shall slip for the day of their calamity. At the hand and their doom comes swiftly. I am God's child. If man wants to know the truth, he must first change his thinking. The devil will create self-isolated ideas in your mind so that you will exonerate yourself and separate yourself from God. He will lead you down the path to no return. Jesus humbled himself to accept death. We must humble ourselves to accept life. It saddens me to know that we have come to a time where we no longer fight the oppressors, but we, the oppressed, are fighting against each other. It saddens me to believe that when we are bigger, we think that we're bigger than the Creator himself, and things seem that they're going to be okay. Don't you understand that God Almighty is omnipresent, omnipotent, and omniscience? There's only one that is everywhere, all-knowing, and has all the power. It saddens me to think that the day has come and we believe that we are in total control of this life. There's only one, and it's not about us. We drain ourselves for the sake of the few. You cannot cast down punishment, only God can. When you are in a position to make valuable changes and your changes are based on dislikes of a person, guess who is no longer in charge? You. You have folded to the mindset of the person that has made you change your behavior because you dislike them. You have become the weakest link. Our ancestors have fought long and hard to get us to this place of prominent stature. And how dare we make a mockery of their blood, sweat, and tears because we are stubborn self. Wake up. The devil is using
Thank you very much.
And when he's done with you, only God has a place for you.
All right.
Next, Bill Oaks. Followed by Aisha Biggie.
All right. I have this letter here that was put in one of the Harvey papers back during the tenure of Alderwoman Gloria Taylor. Not intimidating. In response to the unfounded allegations brought by Charles X. Clarence C. Clark at the Harvey City Council meeting regarding my residency, it is not illegal to own more than one piece of property in Harvey. If anyone wishes to challenge me in a court of law, please feel free. This petty politics and backstabbing is exactly what is holding Harvey back. I refuse to be intimidated by anyone because I will not vote the way they want. I will continue to serve my ward. I will continue to put out the third ward newsletter. I will continue to provide senior and youth activities to the third ward and more. In closing, if Mr. Clarence X. Clark feels something is wrong, I will see him in court. These are my last words on the subject. Gloria J. Taylor Harvey. So, with her being gone, those words still ring. Because a lot of this politics, it To piggyback off Royce's wonderful speech, there is a lot of you're doing this and doing that and saying this and saying that because of dislikes of people. I know I'm one that many dislike, but do I care? No, because I'm fighting for the people like you all should be doing. And also I want the people to know that I also found this. Christopher J. Clark, 15705 Page Avenue, Harvey, Illinois. And his date of birth is 6/23/1969. He's a Democrat. Christopher J. Clark, 15705 Page Avenue, Harvey, Illinois. His birthday is 6/23/1968. Not specified his party. The last one, Clarence C. Clark, 15705 Page Avenue, Harvey, Illinois. Birthday 6/23/1969. And his party, Republican. I wonder why.
Thank you very much.
No, my time is up.
Go ahead, continue. I'm gonna give you extra 10 seconds on top of that.
Okay, thank you very much. But again, like I said, why do we have all these different names, different changes, different birthdays? We have all this, so who are you? I got that for y'all. If y'all need it, I got it.
0.
Yeah,
I need it.
everything.
I need it. Give it to me.
You want it? You want it right now?
Right now.
All right.
Chief, I'll turn it over to everybody else. Please go get that so that I can see it, so I can prepare the proper response when the time requires.
But I can't give it to you. You scared of me or something?
Next item is Aisha Pickett, followed by Glennis James Watson.
Good evening, everyone. I'm gonna try to be brief, considering the time. The treasurer's report was not included in the agenda on June 24, 2024, as requested again. The mayor previously responded to my request by instructing me to submit the report to his administration for review prior to the Friday cutoff. However, the treasurer's report is not required to be reviewed by the mayor or his administration under any state or local statute. Although our offices are interdependent, they are independent, as the mayor has pointed out, hence not being added to the agenda. In addition, per the corporate council, I am only able to have the floor during the meeting if I am on the agenda or during public comment. Although this seems unnecessarily restrictive, so be it. The unaudited monthly treasurer's report for the period ending May 31st, 2024 is attached and will be submitted to the clerk to be officially included in the minutes. The total available cash, I will not be reading every individual account because of time restraints. The total available cash in all bank accounts that I have access to is $5,815,232.07, which includes deposits of $3,950,612.22 and disbursements of $4,458,421.59. We also have investments in the Illinois Metropolitan Investment Fund, or IMEF, totaling $24,731.61 as of April 30th, 2024. Please note that these numbers are not conclusive, as I am inclined to believe that I am missing regular council statements per conversation with the former finance director and the comptroller. I also have not received the comptroller's report for month ending May 2024 to compare or verify. Lastly, I would like.
I was trying to get your mic corrected. Sir, I was trying to get your mic corrected, Ms. Pickett, but seeing it's back operational, okay? And no, stop. continue.
Lastly, I would like to briefly touch on the misinformation that a certified public accountant or CPA certification is required to qualify for the elected position of city treasurer. As one of our very astute residents pointed out, there is no state or local statute listing a CPA certification as a requirement. Furthermore, I personally know numerous individuals in the treasurer/or finance director position across the state, elected and appointed, who also do not hold a CPA certification. Prior to being elected, I had already earned accounting education and experience. In addition, during my tenure, I have consistently attended the Illinois Municipal Treasurers Association Institute to learn and better understand good financial practices. This making me a candidate to be a certified Illinois municipal treasurer. I am hoping this leads to.
Thank you very much. Your time is up. Next. We come to order. Next is Glennis James Watson, followed by Carlita Poole Tingley.
Good evening. At the 6/24/24 council meeting, Mayor Clark put forth a Clark Rules of Order stating that clapping, extemporaneous comments from the audience will not be tolerated during the meeting. However, none of those forms of communication are prohibited by the First Amendment. The categories of unprotected speech include obscenity, child pornography, defamatory speech, false advertising, true threats, and fighting words. The absence of any speech, verbal or nonverbal, falling into those categories that don't fall into those categories cannot be stifled. Per the ACLU, the First Amendment prohibits government at the federal, state, and local level from banning or restricting speech because they disagree with its content or because they fear others in the community may disagree with it. Banning or limiting speech because others raise objections or government officials disagree is censorship. A person or group cannot be denied the ability to host their event in a public space or have special conditions imposed on the event because government disagrees with its content. Thus, so that the city does not meet with yet another lawsuit, please don't infringe upon our First Amendment speech rights, verbal as well as nonverbal. Second, on another note, Alderman Chapman mentioned this, in the annual report, the city finances reports a $3.2 million in miscellaneous appropriations. And I'm wondering, how can that be? To me, that is a reflection of a shoddy accounting setup and/or sloppy accounting procedures or bookkeeping habits. This is yet another example of financial irresponsibility. Another point that was on the bills list, $11,521 was spent on police uniforms. Why? Why are we paying for their police uniforms? Unless that's part of the bargaining agreement, I don't understand. Most people buy their own uniforms and write it off. And the last thing is, Mayor Clark, you had a press release where you said you were going to go before the tax collectors on behalf of the homeowners. And I'm just wondering, if you have that sway with Maria Pappas, why don't you have that same sway with her on behalf of the businesses to collect those taxes? So if you can go before her and on behalf of her holding the taxes and tax increase for the homeowners, why can't you go before her to collect from the business owners who owe millions in taxes? Thank you.
All right.
If we want to figure out how clapping is or is not allowed, that is the last time that I'm going to bring us to order. If we do it again, I will clear the room. So you are more than welcome. You can go ahead and clap now, and I can go ahead and clear the room now, or we can wait. But the bottom line is, we will keep order. Thank you. Next, this is not the time. There is no point of order. You are not being recognized by the chair.
Understood.
Madam, you are now out of order. Would you
I'm
please
always out
come,
of
would you
order.
please come to order, please?
That's out of order.
Would you
Not
please
allowed
come to-
public comment.
Once again, would you please come to order?
I'm in order.
Thank you. Next, on the, public comment is Carlita Poole Tingle, followed by Dr. Jonathan Johnson.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Mayor Clark, when you met with my family on May 3rd to discuss saving our homes on 153rd and Myrtle, I had thought about, a certain comment that you made at the end of the meeting. You stated your mother would like to move back to Harvey, however, you told her not to. I was very shocked and surprised that you would say that in front of us. However, as I think about it, perhaps God made you speak your truth of your own concerns for the lack of progress in the city. With the recent news regarding property taxes, how does the retention pond that will be smack dab in the middle of the city support the current deficiencies that the city currently is in? How does this bathtub in the middle of the living room support a $154 million deficit? Have you thought about that at all? I really hope this will not be an extra burden to the residents. Because recently, me and my father, we just paid our second installment or whatever. So who pays after we leave? Thank you.
Thank you. Next is Dr. Jonathan Johnson, followed by Benicia Gonzalez.
I have a question. We tend to get on to public news media to tell lies. And I want to just state this for the record, that the lies have to stop. There was a lie that the mayor himself actually stated on the news, that the only reason why he enforced business licenses was because of him not being able to inspect churches. That's a lie. Even before my tenure at my church, businesses, those churches were actually being inspected. I know for certain because the window stickers are still on my building. So that was a lie. You went and you lied on the news. How dare you, Jawinski, dare the people, yeah, I'm talking to you, dare the people not to talk to them as though they're in a high school assembly. They're not your children, they're not your students. Mother Teresa, I could not believe a dear friend would sit there and call herself Mother Teresa. Come on, Delaney, Mother Teresa out of everything. Now, I understood what it meant to empower the people. She knew what it meant to empower the people. Mother Teresa empowered people. She didn't do this. She didn't govern this way. And she wouldn't, I can guarantee you, she wouldn't condone government being operated this way. Mr. Tyrone, I'm talking to you. The $300,000 that you owe in taxes for your little motorcycle club, did you pay the city that money? Because they still need it. And ask for a business license for my church. My church, I'm unbought and unbossed. I don't need a business license.
Please, you know what to do. We're going to stand in recess. We're clearing the room. Thank you very much. We are going to call the roll again.
We never made a motion to
We stood in recess. We stood in recess, and so in order to make a record of who's here, we are going to call the roll. Madam Clerk, would you please do so?
Alderwoman Shirley Gerwinski. Alderperson Chapman.
Present.
Alderperson Smith.
Present.
Alderperson Key.
Here.
Alderperson Rogers.
Present.
And we have a quorum
Mayor
again.
Clark.
Present. Now, we had Benicia Gonzalez, who I told that she could go ahead and speak after we cleared the room. Sorry, what is this here?
That's Ms. Harrison's wife.
Benicia Gonzalez.
She's gone.
Next is Brian Silwowski. As once again, I announced that the public commenters could still make their comments once we clear the room. So they did not have to leave the building, we just cleared the room. Ryan Snowelski, followed by Deborah Dyson. Next, Deborah Dyson, followed by Sharitha Gaston. That is it for public comment. The chair will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion then by the sixth, second by the second. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Those opposed, hearing none,